So synthetic division we're going to go all the way back to problem 2 that we did earlier by long division, and that problem was z squared plus 2z minus 24 divided by z minus 4. On the synthetic division, it's actually a shortcut, and it's in descending order. Okay, so we're going to take, and the descending order, those are just placeholders, the variables are, so write down the coefficients. The main thing on synthetic, you have to put in a 0 term if they leave a term out. So z squared would be 1, coefficient of 1. They did not leave out a term here, so it's 2z minus 24. And then you actually draw the bracket back this way. We're dividing by z minus 4. You actually set that equal to 0, solve for z, and this is what you divide by. So basically, if it's z minus 4, you're going to divide by a positive 4. And then you draw a line. First step on synthetic division is add going down. So you just bring that first number 1 down. And then you multiply 1 times 4 and line that up underneath the 2. And then add going down would be 6. 6 times 4 would be 24. And you add going down would be 0. And that last number is always your remainder. So then the final answer you get by looking at this exponent, and you actually depress this exponent by 1. So it's actually 1z plus 6, and there's no remainder. So the answer is z plus 6. And if you remember, that was the answer up above. Main thing is that on synthetic, if they leave out a term, you have to put in a 0 term. In long division, you don't have to put in that 0 term, but synthetic you do. Okay, let's do another one by synthetic. Another example. Let's say you do x to the third minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4 divided by x minus 2. And we're going to do by synthetic, it's 1x to the third, negative 4x squared, 6x minus 4. They did not leave out any terms, and we're going to divide by 2. So first thing on synthetic, you're going to add going down, so bring down the 1. Then you multiply 1 times 2, and you line that up underneath the negative 4. Add going down would be negative 2. Take negative 2 times 2 would be negative 4, and add going down would be 2. And 2 times 2 would be 4, and add going down would be 0. And this is actually your remainder of 0. What you do is you take this exponent and depress it. That means you're going to subtract 1. Okay, so this would be, if that's an x cubed, then this is going to be a 1x squared. And go descending order the exponents then. So minus 2x plus 2. So this would be your answer by synthetic division. If you were going to check it, the check would be take the divisor x minus 2 times the x squared minus 2x plus 2. Okay, multiply that out, combine like terms, and make sure you end up with the x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4. That would be the check. Okay. So make sure on, make a note, if they leave out a term, on synthetic division, you have to put in a 0. Okay, so let me give you an example of what that would look like. So if we said, another example, And this goes back to a new problem. Say you had 4x to the fourth minus 5x, sorry, 4y to the fourth minus 5y squared plus 2y plus 4. And you're going to divide that by 2y minus 1. Okay. First, this is a 2 here, which you can't have a number there other than 1. So what you have to do is divide this by 2 and divide the denominator by 2. Okay, if that's a coefficient other than 1. So divide every term, you'd have 2y to the fourth minus 5 halves y squared plus y plus 2, and divide this by 2, you're going to have every term would be y minus a half. Okay, now we're going to do synthetic division. So the coefficients would be 2. Now there is no y cubed. On synthetic you have to put in that 0 term, and then minus 5 halves y squared, 1y, and then 2. So you got 2y to the fourth, 0y cubed, because there is no y cubed term in here, minus 5 halves y squared plus 1y plus 2, and you're going to divide by positive 1/2. If that would be y plus 1/2, then you'd divide by negative 1/2. Okay, first step is add going down, so just bring down the 2. Then 2 times a half of 2 is just 1. Add going down is 1. 1 times a half is a half. A negative 5 halves plus 1/2 would be a negative 4 halves, which would be 2. Negative 2 times a half would be a negative 1. 1 plus a negative 1 would be 0. 0 times a half would be 0. Okay? Now, when you write the answer on this, you depress this exponent by 1. Okay, so it would be 2y. Okay, this would be 2y cubed plus y squared minus 2y, and then the plus 0, and then this is not actually the remainder, because you have to go back and multiply it by the number you divided by. So multiply 2 times 2 would be 4, so we put a plus sign and put 4 over the divisor, 2y minus 1. Okay, and that is our final answer. Okay, so the main thing is on synthetic division, you have to put in the 0 terms when you divide that out. Okay, that's it.